Happy Friday, you guys. For those of you who's new to my channel, I'm doing a live stream every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard, where I will share with you guys the deal that we did in the past, or a deal that we recently closed on, and I'll share with you guys the breakdown of how we got the deal, how long it took, how much we made on it, etc. All right. Happy Friday, you guys. We got 3 people on. 5. David, happy Friday. Let me know where you guys are coming in at. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. I really apologize. Big D, happy Friday. 286, happy Friday. Jack, happy Friday. Vegas, nice. Mal, what up, bro? What up, what up? Happy Friday, you guys. I am Kay, happy Friday from Vegas. So we got 2 people from Vegas. You guys, thanks a lot for taking the time to tune in. Carlos, love my channel. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Big D, Atlanta, Mal, Donkey Kong, King Kong. Aloha from Hawaii. Demars, I think that's how you pronounce it. Christina, happy Friday from Cleveland. You guys have, come on, we got 13 people watching and only 1 likes. Oh, man. Show me the love, you guys. Smash those thumbs up. Don't be shy. So, have anybody got any deals under contract? Have anybody done anything? There we go. Love it, you guys. Thank you so much. Bang that thumb. That's right. Have you guys got, anybody got any deals under contract? Anybody close on any deals? Mel, you got a deal under contract? Or have you found a buyer for it? I am K, almost. J-A-K-K, Jake. Happy Friday. I got my first deal under contract this week. Woo! Congrats, sweet. So, Christina, do you know how to market to find the buyer? Do you already have a potential buyer for it? Not yet, going to make some cold call today. Nice, cross your finger. I'll pray for you. David, yeah, but I made the mistake of giving 30 days to close. David, I'm not sure what you're saying. Yeah, but I made the mistake of giving 30 days to close. Oh, on the buyer, you mean? My partner has the contract, but I have the buyer. Mal, nice. Get it done, bro. Carlos, I just started learning about this. Carlos, you're in the right track, man. You're in the right business. Wholesaling is amazing, man. If you want that time freedom, and I mean, obviously the amount of money that you can make in this business, it's the sky's the limit. But if you want that time freedom to be able to do what you want to do, when you want to do, wherever you want to do it, virtual wholesaling is amazing. You can be in any states, and obviously you can wholesale in any states. So you don't have to physically be there. You don't have to have an office. You don't need, so a lot of overhead you don't have to worry about. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so David, okay, so you actually gave the buyer 30 days to close on it. Well, hopefully you have, you got a good amount of deposit from that buyer. You can always go back, David. You can always go back and ask the buyer, hey, you know what? The seller's ready to close. Do you guys just want to go ahead and wrap it up? And sometimes the buyers say, yeah, 2 more houses under contract this week. Dang, David, that's what I'm talking about, man. Christina, not yet. I'm planning on posting on Craigslist and Facebook. Christina, Facebook, yeah, Facebook, I guess you mentioned the Facebook is the wholesaling house full-time. There's the investor full-time. Also, what market are you in, Christina? Because basically there might be a Facebook page that's dedicated to that local area, and you might be able to find some buyer there. I would call all the local realtor in that area to see if they have any buyer. Go on Bigger Pockets. And then also too, there's another website I call myhousedeal.com that you can also post it on there as well. And Christina, make sure if you do post your ad on Craigslist, don't put in the address, just put in like the cross street or whatever, but don't put the house number, just because a lot of times Craigslist can have a lot of those tire kicker. So we have deals where Luke, happy Friday, my man. we have deals where we post the address and I have to learn from it, and we got these tire kickers just driving by and bothering, and someone actually came up to the seller, knock on the door, and try to go around you, etc. So when they contact you, Christina, then you will verify, make sure it's a solid buyer, then you give them the address. Jamie, happy Friday. Tax week. Yeah, don't like that. Let me see here. Can you talk about lease options, your thoughts? So IMK, lease options, I have done a couple of owner finance wholesale deal, but I am not an expert into that. My deal are just nice and clean, right? I just like it nice and clean, because a lot of times, basically with the whole seller owner finance contract, now you have to be able to be the bank to that buyer, right? That buyer pays you, you make sure you pay the seller, etc. And if the buyer default, if they don't pay on it, you now act as that bank, and you go in and you foreclose on them, etc. So we have done deal like that, and one of the deal like I was sharing with you on the other one, it can be a mess, because if that buyer's, and I don't want to babysit that buyer, right? I don't want to babysit making sure that buyer's paying payment. So a lot of times, and the seller also brought up the, when we did that owner finance deal, the seller even brought up and said, hey, you know what, Khang, the buyer hasn't been paying, the buyer been paying, but he's supposed to sell the property, refinance, and close me out and cash me out already. It hasn't been done, so he wants to go into the whole pulling up the attorney and getting everyone that's involved in it. Best way I found is Kent Clother's system. Yep, Kent Clother, that guy's awesome. How do you find your buyers, Carlos? Basically, our buyers, I did do a video where I share with you guys 11 ways to find your cash buyer, but a lot of my buyers is coming from agents and being able to build relationship with them, and just, you're going to build these buyers over time. All right, you're gonna build this buyer over time, and I'm talking about solid buyers that comes in, know the drill, and I'll be able to act on it very quickly. But buyers, call all the local agents in the area that you guys are targeting. Go to the local RIA networking, and you can go there and present your deal as well. But all these agents have some really good. Majority of them have a majority of them have cash buyer. And what's nice about connecting with agents that have these cash buyer, or these are not the savvy investor cash buyer. These are the mom and pop that have maybe they have money in the IRA. We did a deal where, the parents bought the property for their kid, and they just want their kid to have some kind of an equity after they put in all the hard work to rehab the property and then live in it, okay? And they didn't expect the 30% off. They're okay with, I actually just got an investor email me yesterday and saying, hey, Khang, and we connected so he found me on the local RIA, but were able to connect with me and said, hey, Khang, I have some cash to buy the property. I'm just looking, like, after the rehab is done, I'm looking about $15,000 to $20,000 in equity. You guys, they're not looking for the 30% off. So a lot of agents, they have these kind of cash buyers, so connect with them. Those is where you're gonna make your largest assignment fee, because they're not asking like a most savvy investor do. It's the 30% minus repair. So they want that 30% discount. Some of these guys are okay with, fixing and flipping and making $15,000, $20,000 on a deal. So connect with them. Oh, geez. I had a call to me by... Oh, geez. I had someone call me to buy 400 acres in California. Told him I did not have a capital but find buyers. He said he would give me finder's fees. Any ideas? Well, typically, Mark, happy Friday, man. So typically what it is when you call to tie these property up on the contract, you don't want to say that you don't want to say that you don't have the capital to buy it. Your whole thing is, hey, I'm going to come in, this is what my offer is, and then being able to tie that under contract and then being able to market it. But if he's okay with, if he's okay with you, just have a buyer, bring him a buyer, and he'll pay you a fee. Just probably I don't know how that's going to be done, probably outside of escrow. On where do you find your buyers? Mark, you should check the channel out. Buyers also so easy. Is the seller are a pain in the ass. All right, you guys. let's get right into it. I'm going to share with you guys today, believe it or not, but we got this deal done here. We got this deal done in about, whoops, sorry. We got this deal done and closed in 7 days. So this deal here comes off of our one of our yellow letter, all right? One of our yellow letter. Cody, what up, my man? Happy Friday. So this deal come off of one of our yellow letter. If you guys haven't seen those yellow letter, go to gobigprinting.com, and it just very simply, it's actually on something like this, but and then it handwritten in like red ink. So I don't have a sample of it right here. But the seller at this time, they're looking to retire, and the renter is about to vacate the property and move. So they don't want to be a landlord anymore. So they got one of our letter. Call me. You guys won't believe this, but all this deal was done through text message. He didn't call. He texted. He's like, hey, we're in Arizona right now. We got a property. Here's the property address. We got one of your letter. What can you offer for us for the property? So I went and text everything. We went back and forth through text messages. And he wanted, at the time, he wanted about 150. We got him under contract for, I think, 87. So, let me make sure here. I was gonna, so what's the address? Okay. I want to be able to pull up and see what we got. I just want to make sure I give you guys the right. Yeah. Oh, no, we got it under contract for 78. We got on a contract for $78,000. He wanted initially 150. So we tied up a contract for, I think we asked him for about 45 days closing, because he wasn't worried about the closing period. He didn't need quick closing. He just didn't want to be a landlord anymore. He was just, ready to retire. Him and his wife just want to travel the world right now. So, we did all over text messages, asking him the right question, right? Being able to ask the seller the right question and get him to drop the price. So we lock it up at 78, got a 45 days, closing on it. And like I tell you guys, you want the closing to be as far as you can. If you can get 60 days, 90 days, perfect, right? Because once you find that buyer, you can shorten the closing date as quick as you want. But you want that time period to be able to have the time to go find your buyer. You guys, so this buyer has bought property from us already. Never called, never talked to him. I text him the property address, text him the amount that we're looking to get, and then told him to go ahead and do a drive-by. So we made $7,500 on this deal. So let me see here, 78 plus 7. I'm just gonna go. So we sent it out. We actually initially we wanted to make about 10 on this one. We initially want to make 10,000 on this one. But once he drove by, he said, Khang, I like the property. Set me up the inspections. We set up the next day for the walkthrough inspection. He went in there. He came back out and he said, Khang, would you do it for this amount? So we reduced our. So you guys got to understand, my buyer do not know what the assignment fee is. We just pretty much sent it out for 78. We sent it out for 88,000, and he came back and said 88 won't work. He wanted to be right around, so 78 plus 7. He wanted to be around like the 85. And I asked him, so how quickly can you close on this? He said, Khang, I can get this thing wrapped up like within the next 5 to 6 days. If you can make it happen. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a $3,000 haircut or $2,500 haircut and let's get this done. So we pretty much I sent him the agreement. You guys, this one is pretty nice and clean, but I want to let you guys know that being able to ask the right question to the seller, it's, a lot of times, like these sellers, like you guys won't believe, if you were here with me, these seller would call in and I would talk to them like for a couple minutes, and all the negotiation I would do afterward will just be in text message, and I just text them back and forth. And so anyways, got this buyer. got this buyers come in, and this buyer wasn't going to fix and flip it. If he did, he would have put about, he would have needed to put about 25 to 30,000 in it. It's a very small house, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, roughly about 1,000 square feet. Kitchen, bathroom needed to be updated. So if he was going to flip it, this property is going to worth around, I think at the time, the property was going to worth about I think 160 or 170. But instead, this buyer was going to keep this as a rental because he bought it at 88. He's going to put about 5,000 into it. So roughly he'll be at like 90 something, almost 100. And he'll probably be able to get like, I think 1,100 bucks in rent. So he's going to buy this property and keep it as a long-term rental. He wasn't planning to flip this. Now, could I have hold on to this property and market it and then try to get other buyers to come in? Yes, I could have. But you know what? My whole thing is, you know what? The amount that he asked off wasn't much, and I just want to get it done and move on to the next one. At that time, we got like 7 or other 8 deals that I have to sell as well. So I wasn't too worried about reducing and taking a $2,500 discount and just get this deal done and move forward on to the next one. Plus, this buyer has bought like multiple deal from us, so I figured. So when I came back, that's what I kind of tell the buyers is, hey, you know what? I love the relationship that we had. You bought a lot of property from us. I would like to continue it. I said, hey, this is something I wouldn't done to any other buyer, but since it's you, I'm going to go ahead and it's fresh on the market, but I'm going to go ahead and reduce the price and let's get this done. So a lot of times, come back and tell them it's okay. Okay, fine, I'll do it. It's one thing, but coming back and letting them know the reason why you do it and you do it for them, it makes it better, right? It makes you like, oh wow, Khang is really, he really care about this relationship, etc. So I always come back and say something better than, try to say something better and make it sound better, like you're coming off like, dang, So, anyways, I hope you guys, understand what I'm trying to say. But anyways, you guys, that's it. We tied up, and then pretty much what it is I call after he did the walkthrough and inspection, I just text the seller and let him know that, hey, you know what, we're ready to close in like the next 5 or 6 days. Are you okay with it? He's like, they're like, great, yes. So. That's pretty much it. I really don't know. This deal is pretty clean. It wasn't anything that there wasn't anything that I had to worry about as far as trying to on the time frame or anything like that. I have plenty of time. Any question, you guys? I mean, that's pretty much it. Any questions? We got 17 people watching and only 12 likes. Come on. Let me see here. How did you find the property? I share that with you. Any question, you guys? Any question regarding wholesale? Oh, I actually have one question that I'm supposed to answer, and I promised them that I would answer on this live call. Oh gosh. Let me see here. Okay, the question is, hey Khang, are you buying these property Visa direct? How are you finding these deals? Are you targeting multifamily, tire landlord, etc.? Are you using the same wholesale formula evaluation? So this question is coming from Frostleen, and it's asking, are you buying these property Visa direct mail? Yes, it's through our mailing campaign. How are you finding these deals? Are you targeting multifamily? So this question here is from the video I posted up yesterday, you guys, telling you guys about rental property. Now, when we target to buy rental property, we actually don't buy it under we don't look at it as a 30% discount. I look at it like I was sharing with you guys. When we target rental we do market for multifamily. We do market for multifamily, but when I go for rental property, basically what I do is the 1% rule. So if the seller is asking for $100,000 on the property, which means I know that I have to be able to get $1,000 in rent. So let's just say at that time, if the seller's asking for 100,000, but it only brings in, but let's just say it only brings in $700 in rent. Okay. Let's say it only brings $700 in rent, and the seller's asking 100,000. Then I would ask the seller what kind of repair if it needs. And if the seller said, let's just say the seller said, nope, it doesn't need any repair, it's all good to go, rent ready. Then which mean I will put in an offer on this seller at about 70,000. Okay, because that's the 1% rule. If it's 100,000, if we just want to make sure that it follows that 1% rule. All right. So if if it's rent for 2,000, which means we have to be all in, rent ready, fixed up, ready to go at 200,000. So which means if it needs $20,000 in repair, we would have to come in and offer the seller 180, all right, or less, and then add in the 20,000 after it all fixed up. Then that put it at 200,000 all in, and then we'll get $2,000 in rent. Does that, hopefully that makes sense, but it's just a 1% rule. So I don't do cap rate. I don't look at, cash on cash return. I just go simply, if it's worth 100,000, if I can get $1,000 in rent, then I'll pay 100,000 for it, in perfect condition. If it needs another 10,000 repair, then I must be in, then I have to get at least rent for, $1,100 a month if I am all in at 110. So, etc. You guys. Any other question, you guys, regarding wholesaling, rental? Let me see here. What question do you ask the seller to drop the price? Jack, you will have to watch my other video that I share with you. The 3 most important questions you got to ask the seller to drop the money is, Jack, if I can come in and pay all your closing costs and fee, I'll pay all the excise tax, the transfer tax, the title insurance, the escrow fee, etc. The list just goes on and on. At closing, so if there's no mortgage on the property, I'm actually making this question really long, but basically we ask him, if there's no mortgage on the property, if we pay for all your closing costs and fee, what's the least you take? All right. And then the next question is, if we're willing to buy the property in an as-is condition, and we'll be responsible for all the repair updates that the property may need, Jack, is that the best you can do? And also, too, the last one is, since we are going to pay cash and close on the date of your choice, Jack, could you see yourself doing any better? That's the 3 questions, Jack, and it doesn't have to be in that order. It can be in any order. And obviously, the more you say it, you'll be able to put in your own. You'll be able to put it on your in your own word, and you'll probably make it sound even better. So let me see here. Is there a way to make it so the seller does not see how much you make off of them? Well, Jack, when you assign it, the seller's not going to know how much you make. When you double close, the seller's not going to know how much you make. So no matter what, the seller does not know how much you make, Mark. The only person that knows how much you make is the buyer when you assign the deal. But if you don't want the buyer to know, then you double close. But make sure when you do double close, make sure you take in consideration that there are going to be closing costs that you have to pay. Okay, but typically people double close is because the assignment fee is large. All right, from us, we double close when the assignment fee is about 35 to 40,000 and above. Okay, anything under 20 to 25 or 30,000, our buyer here doesn't seem to have a problem, just because the margin is so big for them that they don't really care. Can you make a video on how you get the list from list source? IMK, I'm going to tell you right now, what you're going to do is you're going to call list source, and to be able and to be honest with you, the wife does all of that. But when I first go through list source, call them up. I promise you, call them up, tell them that you need help. They'll walk you through step by step exactly what you need to do, what you need to click, and ask them this question: is that what list do most investors target? You guys, you got to understand that these company wants you to succeed as much as you do too, because they want you to come back and obviously, come back and be a client and order more from them. So IMK, call them up, and they will walk you through step by step exactly how to navigate and what to choose. Okay. With any company, IMK, with any company, do that. When my wife went and with Go Big Printing, she did the exact same thing. She called them up and she said, what is the best marketing piece right now that other investors using? And they will let you know. What was the original offer to the seller to make them accept 78? What was the original offer? So they asked for 150, and I came in at like, I think 60,000, and the seller kind of freaked out. And the seller kind of freaked. So to the time that the seller texts me to the time that we tied up is probably within about 3 to 5 days. Because I text back the offer was 60,000, and they were like, "Whoa." He texts back, he said, "Khang, this is a ridiculous offer. I've never seen anybody offer like this." He said, "I'm not planning to give my property away. You guys are in here just to try to steal it, etc." And then I have to go back and explain why, as an investor, we have to make some kind of gain, but we're going to provide them with this hassle-free sale, etc., etc. And then I think the seller took about a day or two to think about it, and then came back and said, "Khang, could you see yourself going up?" Aki, what up, man? Happy Friday. How's your channel going, bro? Got any deals lately? But yeah, where can I get a professional looking assignment contract? Carlos, drop me an email. Drop me your email and I'll send you ours and you can check it out and see if it's something you can use or not. But make sure if you drop the email in this live stream, for some reason it doesn't keep all this all this comment will go away, so you have to drop it afterward. Any other question, you guys, before we head out? I'm just trying to see if there's any other questions. Any deals that you guys are working on and you guys need some tips? Jin, man, you're late. Dang, you're late, man. Hey, Jin, thank you so much, man. You're like literally answered all the questions that is needed, so it helps a lot. Juggling a couple of leads right now. Cool, man. Wish you the best of luck. And remember, you guys, try to get as much time with the seller, but when it comes to the buyer, try to get the least time, right? Try to ask them and get it closed as quickly as possible. You guys have any question on rental properties? You guys, rental properties are absolutely rental property is probably the easiest. We have all of our property manager manage our rental property, where we bought this property and it's about, I would say, an hour and a half away from us. Since the time we bought it and rehab it, I've never gone back and see for almost 3 or 4 years now. And the property manager takes care of everything. And you guys, when you buy rental property, don't worry about paying them like the 7 or 10% for them to manage your property. Man, just pay it so that way you can have your time focused on something that will make you more than that 7 to 10%. I'm sure that you guys worth more than 7 to 10%. So when my wife and I, when we planned to buy rental property, our whole goal, and I used to remember coming home and my whole family was saying, why don't you manage it? You should manage it, etc. You guys got to make sure, listen to people that have done it. You make sure you listen to people that have done it, and don't listen to people that haven't done it. Okay? Because sometimes when you get a tips or advice from the wrong person, it could cost you a lot of time and money. Okay? Because then you start to believe, oh, it's true. So we sent it all to a property manager. They manage everything. We actually have a little issue came up on one of our rental where the pipe broke. And I have my property manager deal with the whole insurance, etc. The renter had to vacate for about 2 months or so, but we had renter insurance, so it was paying us. The time that it was under construction. And you guys, I didn't have to worry about the thing. My property manager dealt with everything, with the insurance, with the renter, with the contractor, everything. Oh my gosh, if I would have to deal with it, I wouldn't be able to do what I needed to do to create more money. Raymond, what up, man? Las Vegas. We got 3 or 4 people from Vegas. Any other question, you guys, regarding wholesaling? Let's network from Vegas. Yeah, there you go. There's 3 or 4 of them, 3 or 4 of you guys on here. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much. Hey, quick questions. My wife and I are probably planning to go out to heading over to Hagerstown, Maryland. Anybody here from Hagerstown, Maryland? And we'll definitely let you know when we'll go there, because my mentor, we're going to go out to visit him. He actually owns a local RIA, and we'll probably go there and meet up if you guys want to do that. 10X Growth Con next week in Vegas. Jin, are you going? Are you going to see Uncle G? Make sure you take pictures. But message me on link. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, you guys, for everyone that have been able to join me. Okay, Josh, happy Friday, man. So thank you so much, everyone, for able to take your time and join me today, Friday. I really, really enjoy talking to you guys. I really enjoy this live stream. But I'll see you guys in the next video, all right? So if you have any questions, any comment, drop it below. And you guys, don't be shy. Smash that thumbs up. Khang, I'm not in Hagerstown, but I'm 2 hours south. What's the RIA? I'll be there. Caesar, we'll probably, I'm not sure when we're going. Maybe in September or October. But it's the, what is it? I think it's Hub City. That's the local RIA that my mentor's running. Hubcity.com. So when I go out there, I'll definitely do a video. And if you guys want to meet up, we can certainly meet up and talk about real estate all night long. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Take care. Have a wonderful Friday and have a great weekend. Bye, you guys.